Magandang araw po sa bawat isa, lalong-lalo po sa ating mga kamatuto. Isa na naman pong bagong aralin ang aming tatalakayin at ihahatid sa inyo sa araw na ito. At ito po ay tungkol sa Algebraic Expression. Handa na po ba ang lahat? Ready lamang po ang inyong mga papel at mga ballpen para po sa mga exercises na ibibigay po namin after po ng aming discussions. So, talakayin muna natin ang concept of algebraic expression. Meron tayong mga terms na i-define para malaman po natin kung ano po ito sa mga susunod pong mga slides. Pag sinabi po natin constant, it is a number or symbol in an arithmetic which represent a fixed value such as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, pag sinabi po natin constant, ito yung does not change po. Hindi na po nagbabago. Constant na po siya. Pag sinabi na pong variables, represented by letters such as A, B, C, up to say po, to assume any value depending on how they are used. So, nag-iiba-iba po ang variables depende po sa value na gagamitin natin based sa given letters po or dun sa ating variables na ibibigay po. Pag sinabi naman nating domain, this is the set of all numbers that can be used in place of variables. Kasi nga po, mostly po ay x po yung ating hinahanap or the set of numbers po. So, pag sinabi natin domain, ito ay set na mga numbers na kapag i-substitute natin ay will make the equation or the expression true. And we have also algebraic expression. It is any combination of constant and variables involving the fundamental operations which when taken as a whole represents a number. So, meron po tayong i-recall po natin dito yung ating mga basic operations in evaluating algebraic expression po. So, meron tayong mga examples. 6x to the 4th plus 8x cubed plus 7x squared minus 2x plus 4. So, meron tayong, ito po ay mga examples ng algebraic expression. Since wala pong equal sign na nakalagay. So, just a combination of constant and variables. And meron tayong dito na definition ng term. So, it refers to the part of the algebraic expression separated by the plus sign or minus sign. So, ito po yung halimbawa, ito po yung ating mga terms. So, dito sa example na to, ito yung x to the 4th, 8x cubed, 7x squared, 2x, and 4th. So, separated po sila ng plus and minus sign po. So, dito po, sa number 2, mayroon tayong dalawang terms. Kasi separated by minus sign. Dito sa pangatlo po, we have 3 terms. 1, 2, 3. And for our fourth example, we have 2 terms. And for the fifth example, we have only 1 term po. So, to define different algebraic expression, so we can name expression depending on the number of terms po. If we have a expression which has only 1 term, we called it as monomial, since we have 1 term only. And when we say binomial, an expression that has exactly 2 terms. So let us count this example. We have 1 term, 5x cubed y raised to the 8th power, and the other term is 12xy, separated by minus sign. And we have also trinomial. From the prefix po na tri, means that it has exactly 3 terms po. We have 3 terms, 3s raised to the 4th power, t times t, 7s squared t cubed is another term, and 3s squared t is another term. And when an expression consists of many terms, we called it as multinomial. So if we have 4 terms or more, so we have 6x to the 4th, 8x cubed, 7x squared, 2x, and 4. 4. So in this example po, 4 is a constant since wala pong kasamang variable. And this algebraic expression, this monomial, binomial, trinomial, multinomial, is under polynomials po. Algebraic expression in x and y or any variable. So these are types of polynomials. Let's proceed to the degree of the term in one variable. So, ang ating degree ng term in one variable is the exponent of the variable. While the degree of the term, so pag term na yung pinag-uusapan, we can identify the term if we're going to add the exponent of those variables in the term po. So, we need to add the exponent. For example, in this 5x to the 4th y, the exponent of x is 4, while the exponent of y is 1. So, meaning that the degree of this term is 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So, the degree of 5x to the 4th y is 5. The degree of a polynomial, so pag sinabi nating degree of a polynomial is that of the term of the highest degree. So, yung ating term na may highest degree is considered as the term or the degree of the polynomial. So, we have an example here. 3x squared y cubed plus 2xy minus 4xy cubed plus 8x to the 8th power times y squared is 10. Since, kung titingnan po natin mabuti yung ating mga terms, so dito po sa unang term, ang degree nito ay 5 since 2 plus 3 is 5. In the second term, the degree is 2 since the exponent of x is 1 and the exponent of y is 1. For our third term, the degree is 4 since we have the exponent for x is 1 and the exponent of y is 3. And for the last term, 8 plus 2 is 10. So, we have 5, 2, 4, and 10. So, the highest degree is 10. So, the degree of the polynomial now is equal to 10. Next, we have the coefficient of the product. To form our term, we have the literal coefficient and we have the numerical coefficient. So, pag sinabi mo ating literal coefficient, it is the symbol or letter in a particular expression. Pag sinabi natin po natin numerical coefficient, the numerical or number in a particular expression or terms po of a polynomial po. In this example, 2x squared y, we can identify the numerical coefficient. So, 2 is the coefficient of x squared y. X squared is the coefficient of 2y. Y is the coefficient of 2x squared. X squared y is the coefficient of the number 2. So, parehas lang po itong last at yung ating first description po ng ating term. So, dito po, sa 2x squared y, symbol 2 is called as the numerical coefficient since number po or numerical value po siya. Then, x squared y are called as or referred as the literal coefficient of the term po or the polynomial expression or algebraic expression po. Naintindihan po? Okay, so let's proceed. So, algebraic expression, recall lang po ito ha, for the others po. An expression to show that the variable x shall be multiplied 3 times. We have 3 represent the exponent of the term, and variable x represents the base. So if we're going to expand this x cube, we have x times x times x. We have also an example here, 7 raised to 4. So if we're going to expand, 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. So we have 4 sevens. So the product is equal to 2,401. We can say that 2,401 is the fourth power of base 7. Another example, 9 cubed. Then we have, or is equal to 9 times 9 times 9, which is equal to 729. We have also 4 raised to 4, which means 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, which is equal to 256. And we have also 3 raised to the 5th power. We're going to multiply 3 5 times. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 times 3, which is equal to 243. When we say algebraic expression, two terms are said to be similar. So, ito po yung ating tatandaan. So, two terms are similar or like terms if they have the same literal factors or literal coefficients. So, to qualify same literal factors, it means that there should be the same number and type of variables. Moreover, the exponent of each type of variable should be the same. So, yun po yung ating i-identify. So, for example, we have here, example 1, 3x squared y, 7xy squared. So, these are unlike terms since yung exponent ng x dito ay 2, yung exponent dito ng x ay 1. And moreover, yung y dito, ang exponent ng y is 1, and the exponent here of y is 2. So, unlike terms po sila. They should have the same variable and exponent po. So, for number 2, they are also unlike terms since x squared y, xy, y cubed, z squared. So, for the other two terms, there is no variable z. For number 3, they are considered like terms since the exponent of a is 2 and the other is 2 also, and we have b the same with the other variable in the other terms po. For number 4, they are also like terms. So, x cubed y, x cubed y, x cubed y squared, x cubed y squared, x cubed y squared. They have the same literal factors po. Let's proceed to the operations of algebraic expression. So, recall lang po natin yung ating operations as integers. So, we're going to able to use the rules on adding or subtracting. To be able to add or subtract algebraic expressions, consider first whether the terms are similar or dissimilar terms. So, yun po yung ating unang titingnan. Kapag yung ating terms po ay with the same literal factors or not po. So, if the terms are similar, continue the terms by adding the numerical coefficient. Use of associative, commutative, and distributive properties are important po. In these examples, we have the first one. Are these terms similar? Yes, since they have the same literal factors, x squared y, x squared y. After determining if they are similar terms or not similar, proceed to the rules of the adding integers po. So, we're going to add the numerical coefficient. Negative 3 plus 8. So they have different signs. So we're going to subtract and copy the sign of the higher number or the bigger number. So if we're going to subtract 8 minus 3, the difference is 5. And the sign of the bigger number is positive. So our answer is 5x squared y. For the next example, we have negative 3x cubed y squared, positive 5x cubed y squared, negative 10x cubed y squared. So we have three terms. And if we're going to observe or identify if these terms are similar, we can say that the terms given are similar terms. So proceed to addition or subtraction. So we're going to add negative 3, 5, negative 10. So negative 3 plus 5 is positive 2 since 5 is greater than 3. So subtract minus 10. So 2 minus 10. So unlike sign since 2 is positive and 10 is negative. So if we're going to write it in addition form, ganyan po siya. So subtract po since unlike sign po sila, 8 and the sign of 10 is negative, so negative 8x cubed y squared po. Continuation tayo ng addition of algebraic expression when the addends are multinomial po. Ayan po. So we have 3a minus 5b plus 6, a minus 7b, 7a plus 2b, negative a minus 5b plus 5. So ito na po. So in addition of algebraic expression, we should add the terms or the same terms or the similar terms po. So kapag gagawin natin po siyang vertical, so itatapat-tapat po natin lahat ng similar terms and copy po yung ating sign. So in this terms po, we copy the minus as negative in our terms po. Kaya naging ganito po siya, 3a, yung 5b plus 6, so minus po. A minus 7b, 7a plus 2b, negative 8 minus 5b plus 5. So lahat po ng may variable na a, so pinagtapat-tapat po natin. So consider that if there is no number here, it has a 1 po. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Plus 7 is 11, minus 1 is positive 10. Copy the variable po. Then, we have 5, negative 5 plus negative 7 is negative 12. Plus 2, since unlike sign po sila, subtract po, so negative 10. And plus negative 5, we have, since they are like sign, so plus po, 15 and copy the negative sign. So, ito po dapat ay negative 15b. Since negative 12 plus 2, since negative 5 plus negative 7 is negative 12, plus 2 is negative 10. Since unlike sign po, di ba? Then, plus negative 5, so they are like sign, so we're going to add and copy the negative sign. So, it should be negative 15b. And the last terms po, 6 plus 5, so they are constants. So we're going to add, the sum is 11. So take note po that our sum is 10a minus 15b plus 11. So yun po yung ating final answer. For the second example, we have 5x squared plus 6y squared minus 8xy plus 9z squared plus 2x squared plus 5z cubed y squared minus 9xy plus 6z squared po. So ito po, let's arrange the terms in vertical order. So 5x squared plus 6y squared. So pinagtapat po natin lahat ng my squared. The sum is 7 po. Then, the next one is yung ating y squared po. So yung ating my y squared po is yung ating first expression and the third expression. So, pinag-add po natin, the sum is 7y squared. Then, the terms with 8xy, the first and the last expressions. So, negative 8 plus negative 9 is negative 17xy. The next terms, 9z squared minus 6a squared. So, subtract po since they are unlike sign. The sum is positive 3. And we have here 5z cubed. So, we're going to bring down it. And we have 5z cubed in our sample. So, if we're going to finalize our answer, we have 7x squared plus 7y squared minus 17xy plus 3xz squared plus 5z cubed po. So, yun po yung ating addition of algebraic expressions when we have multinomial addends po. Subtractions of algebraic expression. Just like addition, the use of associative, commutative, and distributive properties are utilized. So if the terms are the same, simply subtract the numerical coefficients by using the rule of sign numbers po. So, of sign numbers. And then copy the literal coefficient. But if the terms are dissimilar, simply change the sign of the subtrahend. Do not combine the terms in vertical column. Example, we have x squared minus 5y for our first algebraic expression. The second algebraic expression is 8x plus 7y. So, for the solution of this example, so ito po yung magiging solution niya. Wag na natin isama yung solution dito sa slide kasi since mag-iba po yung given. So, we have x squared minus 5y. And we're going to arrange the terms or i-order po natin yung ating terms na magkakapareho or similar terms po. So, we have 8x since we have no x in our first algebraic expression plus 7y. So, the sign of 8x is positive. So, we have x squared. Then, subtract po natin to. Then, we're going to change the sign of 7y, magiging negative. And proceed po tayo sa addition sign, di ba po? So, yun po yung ating rule ng subtraction. Change the sign of the subtrahend. So, yung positive 7y ay magiging negative 7. And addition sign na po. So, negative 5 plus negative 7 is negative 12y. Bring down po natin yung 8x and change the sign po. So, mag-change po tayo ng sign. Since subtraction po ito, magiging negative 8x po. And proceed po tayo sa addition. Since wala naman po siyang minuend, so we're going to bring down it na lang po. So, negative 8x. So, our difference in this example po is x squared minus 12y minus 8x. So, note lang po na please disregard po this solution here since magkaiba po yung ating given at yung ating solution po. Next po, subtract negative 10s plus 5t plus 36 plus 15s minus 12t plus 25 po. So, ito na po. Naging subtract negative 10. So, ang negative 10s plus 5t plus 36 will be our subtrahend. So, magiging 15s minus 12t plus 25. So, change po natin ng sign, naging positive 10s po. Then, yung 5t ay magiging minus 5t at yung 36 ay magiging negative 36 and proceed to addition. So, kaya ang ating answer dito ay 15 plus 10 is 25. Negative 12 plus negative 5 is negative 17. And positive 25 plus negative 36 is negative 11. Since 36 is greater than 25 and they are unlike sign po. So, we're going to subtract and copy the sign of 36 which is negative. So, we have negative 11. So, for our difference, we have 25s minus 17t minus 11. For our example 2, we have 5x squared plus 6y squared minus 8xy plus 9z squared less y squared minus 9xy plus 6 z squared. So, pag sinabi po natin less, we're going to subtract y squared minus 9xy plus 6z squared to the first algebraic expression na given. So, ang nangyayari po natin, mag-change po ng sign yung y squared magiging minus, then yung ating negative 9 magiging plus, and yung ating positive 6 ay dito ay magiging negative. So, yun po. Negative po, tama po. Kasi, siguro ito ay minus pala. Minus po. Then, pagdating po dito, naging minus po siya, magiging plus na po. And then, copy. I change the sign of minus sign to plus. Proceed po tayo. Bring down 5x squared since wala po siyang subtrahend. Then, 6 minus 1. We have 1 here. So, 6 minus 1 is 5. Since 6 is greater than 1, and the sign of 6 is positive. So, positive 5y squared po. Then, we have negative 8 plus positive 9. Which means we are going to subtract and copy the sign of the bigger number. So, the sign of 9 here is positive. So, we have 1xy or understood po the xy na lang po siya. Then, for our last terms po, 9z squared plus z squared, the sum is 15z squared. So, for our difference, we have 5x squared plus 5y squared plus xy plus 15z squared. So, note po natin na yung ating sign po dito ay minus for our solution here po. Next po, grouping symbols rather. Expressions enclosed within a grouping symbol are considered as a single quantity regardless of a number of terms it may contain. The symbols that are generally used are parentheses, so ito po yung symbol, brackets, and braces po. Rule 1. So, ito po natin tatandaan in evaluating expression. If a grouping symbol is preceded by a plus sign, then the grouping symbol may be removed without changing the sign of every terms. Since yung ating coefficient outside the parentheses is plus sign po. If the grouping symbol is preceded by a minus sign, so kapag may minus sign, before the parentheses or any grouping symbol, the grouping symbol may be removed provided the sign, if each term enclosed within it is changed po. So, mag-change po lahat ng sign within the grouping symbol if we have minus sign po before the grouping symbol po. Rule 3. If a grouping symbol is preceded by a constant other than 1, then such grouping symbol may be removed provided that the constant is multiplied to every term within it po. So, we're going to use the distributive property here po. If we have number po before the grouping symbol. Then, rule 4, if an expression contains 2 or more grouping symbols, that is one pair of grouping symbol, it contained with other symbols, and then remove the innermost symbol first. So, kailangan muna natin na yung pinaka-innermost na grouping symbol ay ma-remove before the outermost symbols po. Examples. So, take a look in this given example. 15x minus minus the quantity x minus 6 plus 4. If we're going to follow the rule, 15x. So, ang ating naging rule dito is rule number 2 since meron tayong minus sign here. So, kapag i-remove po natin yung grouping symbol, mag-change po yung ating sign po. Then, yung ating x naging negative at yung ating negative 6 ay magiging positive in copy 4. And the sum is 14x since 15x minus x is 14 plus 6 plus 4 is 10 po. And another one, we have negative 15x plus 8y plus the quantity negative 5x minus 9y plus 2. Following the rule 1, we have, since positive po, plus sign po yung sign before the grouping symbol, so just remove it and copy yung ating mga terms inside the parentheses po. Negative 15x plus 8y minus 5x minus 9y plus 2. So, add like terms. So, negative 15x plus negative 5x is negative 20x. Positive 8y minus 9y is negative y since 9 is greater than 8 and 9 is negative. Plus 2 po. So, ito po. And for our third example, we're going to use rule 3. So, if we have constant other than 1, 8 plus 7x minus 13y minus 3 times the quantity 2x minus 4y minus 3. And the sign here is minus sign. So, makichange po yung ating sign ng nasa loob ng grouping symbol. So, 8 plus 7x minus 13y. Since this is 2 times 3 is 6. Since minus po yung sign, maging negative 6. 3 times 4 is 12y. Kasama po yung y. And the sign here is negative, so mag-change siya, magiging positive. Then 3 times 3 is 9, and the sign here is negative, so change to positive po. So, yun po. Positive 9. And simplify po natin, 7x minus 6x. So, 1x or simply x na lang. Negative 13y plus 12y. So, bigger po yung negative 13, so negative 1y. And 8 plus 9 is 17. So, the sum here, or if we're going to simplify the expression, we have 8x minus y plus 17 po. Next one is how we multiply algebraic expression. We introduce the symbol x raised to n, where n represents the exponent and x represents the base. It is noted that x raised to n is the result of multiplying x n times. That is, if we have x times x, we have x squared. X times x times x, which is x cubed, since x is multiplied thrice. X times x, that times x is x raised to n, x is multiplied n times. So, yun po yung ating representation ng ating mga variables if we have n as our exponent po. In multiplying x to itself, its exponents are simply added. So, i-add po natin yung exponent. But if x is multiplied to a variable other than x, exponents are not added. Thus, the result is written as the factor of 2 product of 2 po. Kung magkaiba po yung variables po. Doon naman po tayo nag-vary. Ito po yung ating rule. If n and m are integers, then the following statements are true. So, ito po yung rule ng ating exponent. X raised to n times x raised to m is equal to x times x raised to n plus m po. So, we're going to add the exponents of the variable x. If we have x raised to n times y raised to m, we cannot add two variables since they are different po. Or we cannot add the exponents since the variables or the base are different po. Let's take these examples po. X raised to 4 times x raised to 7. So we have x to the 4th plus 7 is x to 11. So ito pa po. Negative 3x squared times 6x to the 4th. So, the same variables po sila, x. So, negative 18 times x raised to 3 plus 4. So, maging negative 18x raised to the 7th power. Another example, we have x squared, y cubed is x squared, y cubed. So, the same different variables po. So, we cannot add the exponents of the two variables. In this example, we have 3x raised to negative 3, y raised to the 5th power, say, times the quantity 20x squared times y cubed times 8 raised to the negative 4. So, ganito po. 3 times 20 is 60. X, we are going to add negative 3 plus 2, we have negative 1. Y, 5 plus 3 is 8. Z, 1 dito sa isang term and the other term is negative 4 or the exponent. So, dapat ito ay parenthesis. So, 1 plus negative 4 is negative 3. And take note po na kapag mayroon po tayong negative exponent po, gagawin po natin siyang positive by moving it to the numerator or to the denominator rather, or by placing it to the denominator part to make it positive po. So we have 60 y raised to 8 over x. Since ang exponent ay 1, so positive 1, z cube. So ganito po. We can write it in this way po. Nakuha po. Ayun. Very good. Next po. To multiply a monomial to a monomial, simply multiply each term of the multinomial by the monomial. This is the direct application of the distributive property. Examples. We have 2x times the quantity 2x squared minus 2x plus 5. So, ang mangyayari po natin, i-multiply po natin yung 2x sa lahat ng terms inside the parentheses. So, just follow the rules of multiplying algebraic expression. So, 2x times 2x squared, 4x cubed. Since may exponent po yung x dito na 1, plus 2 is 3. Next po, 2x times 2x is 4x squared. Since 1 plus 1 is 2. And minus po dito, so minus po yung ating sign. So, 2x times 5 is 10x po. So, the product now is 4x cubed minus 4x squared plus 10x. Plus po yun kasi plus po yung nasa parentheses. Next example po, may parentheses po dyan. X squared y times the quantity 5x squared y squared plus 2xy to the 7th power plus 6xy. So, distribute po natin. X squared y times 5x squared y squared. We have 5. X to the 4th plus y cubed. Since 2 plus 2 is 4, 1 plus 2 is 3. Next po, 2x y7 to the 7th power times x squared y. So, magiging 2x squared ay 2x cubed since 2 plus 1 is 3. Then 1 plus 7 for y, dapat po ito ay 8. So, we have 2x cubed y to the 8th power. Next po, x squared y times 6xy, we have 6. So, it should be positive. 6x cubed y squared po. So, ito na po yung ating product. 5x to the 4th power, y cubed, plus 2x cubed, y to the 8th power, plus 6x cubed, y squared. Okay po? Take note mo yung ating pag-multiply po ng monomial to a multinomial rather, we are going to apply the distributive property of multiplication over addition po. Next po, to multiply a multinomial to another multinomial, apply the distributive property by multiplying the whole multiplicand by each term of the terms in the multiplier. So, medyo mahirap na part po kapag multinomial to other multinomial. Example po, 4x, the quantity 4x minus 1 times the quantity 4x plus 1. So, nangyari po dito, pinaghiwalay po yung terms ng isang multiplier, ay multiplicand po. Ito po. So, 4x minus 1, so ang ginawa po natin, 4x minus 1. Dinistribute po natin yung terms into the multiplier po. 4x times 4x plus 1, so distribute natin yung 4x, so naging 16x squared, and 4x times 1 is 4x. And yung ating rule kanina, na if we have minus sign before the grouping symbols, change po ng sign, and multiply po natin yung constant before, or distribute po natin yung constant 1 to the terms inside the parentheses. So, 1 times 4x is 4x, since ito ay positive, naging minus. 1 times 1 is 1, and the sign of 1 here is plus, so magiging minus po. Then, add po natin lahat ng similar terms. So, 16x squared, copy po natin since siya lang po yung may x squared. 4x minus 4x is 0. So, we have only 16x squared minus 1. So, you can check the product if you get a correct product by using this process po. Ganun po yung ating process. So, parang ganun po siya. Ito po, ng number 2. 3x minus 2, x plus 7. So, this is another way in how we are going to to multiply algebraic expression. So, just like multiplying integers. We have 3x minus 2 times the quantity x plus 7. So, ang nangyari po dito, 3x times x. So, ganito po tayo mag-multiply, parang pabaliktad po. From left to right po. 3x squared times x is 3x squared. So, ang naging negative 2x since x times negative 2 is negative 2x po. So, iyan po yun siya. Then, another po, 3x plus 7 is 21x. So, itatapat po natin siya sa may variable na x. So, tinapat po natin yung 21x dito sa negative 2x since they are similar terms po. So, yun po yung ating tatandaan na we can place it accordingly po if they are similar terms. Then, for the last po, ito po yung 21x. Positive po yan siya. Next, last po, negative 2 plus 7, ay negative 2 times 7 pala, rather, is negative 14. So, they are unlike sign. So, the sign of the product is negative po. Then, use addition rule. 3x squared, bring down 3x squared. Negative 2 plus 21. Bigger po yung 21, so subtract po natin. The difference is 19 and the sign of 21 is plus po. And bring down negative 14. So, ito po na po yung ating product. So, pwede nyo i-check using this method po. Next po is the division of algebraic expression. Rule involving exponent in dividing algebraic expression. Ito po yung ating rule. If n and m are integers, so consider that our exponents are integers, and x must not be equal to 0 since magiging 0 po yung denominator natin kapag yung x ay 0. So, ito po yung rule. We're going to subtract the exponent from the numerator and to the denominator. So, this statement states that the quotient of two numbers with similar base, tandaan po natin, with similar base lang po, but different exponents to the base raised to the difference of their exponent po. So, yung difference po ng exponents nila, yun ang magiging value po ng base po. So, pag ganito po, x raised to n times x raised to n, so the value is x raised to 0. And, meron po tayong rule na kapag x raised to 0, this is equal to 1. Sabi nga natin, any number raised to 0 is always equal to 1. Not to assign any value to x raised to 0 when x is 0. So, kailangan po ay may value po not equal to 0 po yung ating x po. So, yun po yung ating rule of exponent in dividing algebraic expression. Let's proceed. Examples. X to the 8th power divided by 8x cubed. So, we're going to subtract. X raised to 8 minus 3 is equal to x to the 5th power. Next po, 20 x to the 4th y cubed divided by 5x squared y to the 9th power. So, we're going to divide 20 divided by 5. So, i-divide din po natin yung constant or yung ating numerical coefficient rather. Then, for the x, 4 minus 2 is, so dapat po ito ay 2. 4x squared po dapat kasi 4 minus 2 is 2. 3 minus 9 is negative 6. So, mas malaki po yung value ng y sa baba, kaya matitira po siya sa denominator part. So, 6 po. For our third example, 36x to the 5th, y to the 4th, all over 4x squared, y squared. Dividing 36 by 4, the quotient is 9. 5 minus 2 for the exponent of x, which is 3. And for the exponents of y, 4 minus 2 is 2 po. So, our quotient is 9x cubed, y squared. Dividing multinomials. So, 4x cubed minus 10x squared plus 20x divided by 10x. So, lahat po ng terms will be divided by 10x. So, ganito na po ang nangyari. 40 divided by 10 is 4. X cubed divided by x. So, 3 minus 1 is 2. Minus. So, huwag niyong kakalimutan yung ating minus at plus sign. 10 divided by 10 is 1. X squared, or the exponent of x is 2. So, tinapat po natin yung 21x dito sa negative 2x since they are similar terms po. So, yun po yung ating tatandaan na we can place it accordingly po if they are similar terms. Then, for the last po, ito po yung 21x. Positive po yan siya. Last po, negative 2 plus 7, ay negative 2 times 7 pala, rather, is negative 14. So, they are unlike sign. So, the sign of the product is negative po. Then, use addition rule. 3x squared, bring down 3x squared. Negative 2 plus 21. Bigger po yung 21, so subtract po natin. The difference is 19 and the sign of 21 is plus po. And bring down negative 14. So, ito po na po yung ating product. So, pwede nyo i-check using this method po. Next po is the division of algebraic expression. Rule involving exponent in dividing algebraic expression. Ito po yung ating rule. If n and m are integers, so consider that our exponents are integers, and x must not be equal to 0 since magiging 0 po yung denominator natin kapag yung x ay 0. So, ito po yung rule. We're going to subtract the exponent from the numerator and to the denominator. So, this statement states that the quotient of two numbers with similar base, tandaan po natin, with similar base lang po, but different exponents to the base raised to the difference of their exponent po. So, yung difference po ng exponents nila, yun ang magiging value po ng base po. So, pag ganito po, x raised to n times x raised to n, so the value is x raised to 0. Not 1. Not x raised to 1, rather. But x raised to 0. And, meron po tayong rule na kapag x raised to 0, this is equal to 1 po. This is equal to 1. Sabi nga natin, any number raised to 0 is always equal to 1. Not to assign any value to x raised to 0 when x is 0. So, kailangan po ay may value po not equal to 0 po yung ating x po. So, yun po yung ating rule of exponent in dividing algebraic expression. Let's proceed. Examples. X to the 8th power minus 8i divided by 8x cubed. So, we're going to subtract. X raised to 8 minus 3 is equal to x to the 5th power. Next po, 20x to the 4th y cubed divided by 5x squared y to the 9th power. So, we're going to divide 20 divided by 5. So, i-divide din po natin yung constant or yung ating numerical coefficient rather. Then, for the x, 4 minus 2 is, so dapat po ito ay 2. 4x squared po dapat kasi 4 minus 2 is 2. 3 minus 9 is negative 6. So, mas malaki po yung value ng y sa baba, kaya matitira po siya sa denominator part. So, 6 po. For our third example, 36x to the 5th, y to the 4th, all over 4x squared, y squared. Dividing 36 by 4, the quotient is 9. 5 minus 2 for the exponent of x, which is 3. And for the exponents of y, 4 minus 2 is 2 po. So, our quotient is 9x cubed, y squared. Dividing multinomials. So, 4x cubed minus 10x squared plus 20x divided by 10x. So, lahat po ng terms will be divided by 10x. So, ganito na po ang nangyari. 40 divided by 10 is 4. X cubed divided by x. So, 3 minus 1 is 2. Minus. So, huwag niyong kakalimutan yung ating minus at plus sign. 10 divided by 10 is 1. X squared, or the exponent of x is 2. We are going to subtract 2 and 1. So, the difference is 1 po. For our last term, 20 divided by 10 is 2. And 1 minus 1 is 0. And x raised to 0 is equal to 1. So, 2 times 1 is 2. So, yun po. Another example po. 78x to the 5th plus 36x to the 4th plus 54x squared divided by 6x squared. So, 78 divided by 6 is 13. 5 minus 2 is 3 po. So, dapat po ito ay 3. And plus 36x to the 4th plus divided by 6x squared. So, 36 divided by 6 is 6. And x to the 4th divided by x squared. So, 4 minus 2 is 2. And since x squared divided by x squared is equal to 1, 54 divided by 6 is 9. So, yan po. Let's take note po ng ating mga variables po. Okay? Let's proceed. If a multinomial is divided by another multinomial, apply the method that is similar to long division in arithmetic. However, before proceeding with the division, always arrange the terms of the dividend and the divisor in descending power. So, kailangan po yung exponent ay from highest to the lowest exponent. We have the following steps. Divide the first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor. The result is the first term of the quotient. This is usually written above the dividend po. Step 2. Multiply the result in step 1 to the divisor. The product shall be written below the dividend. See to it that the like terms fall within a single column to facilitate subtraction. So, dito po sa ating division, we apply the division rule on integers din po. So, parang yung ating pag-divide ng mga basic arithmetic operations on division po. Subtract, third step, subtract the result in step 2 from the dividend. The result shall be treated as a new dividend. If the difference is 0, then stop. We say that division is exact. Otherwise, proceed to step 4. If the degree of the dividend in step 3 is greater than or equal to the degree of the divisor, then proceed to step 1. Otherwise, stop. Then the difference in step 3 shall be treated as remainder. The remainder is usually written as a fraction with the divisor po. So, yun po yung ating tatandaan. Iba po yung ating magiging sagot po dito. So, we have fraction po as our remainder. Example po, x squared minus 2x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. So, we have a multinomial dividend. So, ito po yung ating dividend. And we have divisor po, x minus 1. So, x squared, so ang ganito po yung ating step, divide x squared by x. So, yung ating first to first term of the given. X squared divided by x, so maging ganito po siya. So, x raised to 2 minus 1 is x raised to 1 or x na lang po. So, kaya x po yung ating sagot po dito. Ang ilalagay po natin siya sa tapat ng x squared. So, pinakatapat ng first term ng ating dividend po. Then, multiply x to the divisor x minus 1. So, x times x is x squared. X times 1 is x. And copy minus sign po. So, yun po. Then, follow the rule of subtraction po. So, magiging negative po ito since positive po siya kanina. And ito ay magiging plus. And proceed to the addition rule po. Diba? Ganun po yung ating rule sa subtraction. So, x squared plus negative x squared, 0 na po since they are unlike sign. Negative 2 plus 1, may 1 po dito. Understood na may 1 po. So, 2 and 1, unlike sign po sila, subtract po natin, and the sign of 2 is negative, so negative x po yung ating magiging difference. Then bring down 1 po. We are going to divide negative x by x. So, we have negative x divided by x. So, x divided by x is 1, and we have negative here, so magiging negative 1 po siya. Kaya negative po yung ating sagot sa taas po. And align po natin siya sa next term po. So negative, multiply po natin, negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. And change po natin yung sign. Magiging positive, magiging negative po. And proceed to the addition rule. Since unlike sign po sila, 0 na po, 1 minus 1 is 0 din. Meaning that the quotient is exact po. And there has no remainder. So, yun po yung ating sagot. So, you can check po if the quotient is correct by multiplying the quotient and the divisor po. If you get this expression, you have the right answer po. So, check po. So, yun po yung ating quotient. So, just follow the steps po in how we are going to divide, on how we divide algebraic expression. Tandaan po natin na medyo challenging po yung part ng division. Kasi more process po yung ating kailangang i-recall, lalang-lalo na po yung mga factoring, and yung mga ganitong steps po. Let's proceed to the other example po. 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 divided by 2x minus 1. So, let's start with dividing 6x plus by 2x. So, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2 minus 1, the exponent of x of the numerator and the denominator. So, x na lang po kasi 2 minus 1 is 1. So, kaya naging 3x po siya. Then, multiply 3x to the divisor po. So, 3x times 2x is 6x squared. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. Change the sign. So, maging negative and then positive. Then, proceed to the addition rule. So, 6 plus negative 6 is 0. Negative 2 plus 3. Plus 3 po. So, ito po ay positive po dapat. Positive x. Since 3 is greater than 2. Then, we have 1 divided by 2. So, we cannot divide it exactly since 1 divided by 2. Kaya siya ay 1/2. Diba? X divided by 2x is, so, cancel po yung ating x, 1/2 na lang po. Kaya may 1/2 po ditong sagot po. Then, multiply ito the divisor. 1/2 times 2x is positive x po dapat ito. Then, 1/2 times negative 1 is negative 1/2 po. negative 1/2. Then, change the sign, magiging minus po ito, and then magiging plus po. Then, addition po tayo. So, x plus negative x is 0. 0 na po. Then, negative 1 plus 1/2 is negative 1/2. Since 1 is greater than 1/2 po. Iba po kasi yung sign, kaya subtract po. So, 1 minus 1/2 is negative 1/2. Kalahati, di ba? So, negative 1/2. So, dito po sa ating quotient, meron po tayong remainder na negative 1/2 all over the divisor po, 2x minus 1. So, naging ganito po yung ating quotient po. 3x plus 1 po ito. 3x plus 1/2. So, yan po yung ating quotient kanina na nakuha. Mayroon po tayong remainder na negative 1/2 over the divisor. So, thanks for watching po. See you in the next chapter po of our discussion. So, meron po itong exercises na ibibigay after po nitong video. And thank you for watching po. I hope na nag-enjoy po kayo sa aming talakayan or tinalakay po naming lesson sa araw na ito. Maraming salamat po sa lahat, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kamatuto na patuloy pong sumusuporta sa aming YouTube channel. At nakaabot na po tayo ng 1,000 subscriber po. And I hope po na patuloy po kayong sumuporta at manood po ng aming mga video lessons. Salamat po at sana'y madami po kayong natutunan sa araw na ito.